Shalom, shalom, Miss Picard. Pray all is well with everybody. Just coming to give that this beautiful testimony with our journey that Yahuah made a way for us through it all to make it over here to Africa, to Ghana. It wasn't an easy journey. It was very, tedious, but it was worth it and stuff. We allow certain things come in your life to see if you're gonna jump over those hurdles, with his help. And definitely going through that, it was a journey. Starting off with things that we had to do, the obstacles that we had to come across and stuff. Going the first obstacle coming to, it was the airport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And dealing with getting out of the country. Here it is. We at the airport. We had to miss our flight because we got the time mixed up from AM to PM because it wasn't on the ticket. That one obstacle. The other obstacle, we had to reschedule our flight. So we went to reschedule our flight, called in, and then in the midst of that, the lady set everything up, and then she said it was going to be a $400 charge. So it's more money. So we went to pay the $400 on phone, but the first card, it wouldn't let it go through. The second card, same thing, it wouldn't let it go through. So she said, okay, when you go in there in the morning, be there at 6 in the morning, and you pay it there at the counter. I'm telling you, Yahuah is great, always great, no matter what the situation is. We get there to pay to go ahead and do the process of paying, but before we even got to that part, they checked us out and everything, and then the guy said, oh, your COVID test is expired. You're going to have to go get another one. I said, why we got to get another one? We was on time. We did it according to what they said 3 days in advance. But he said, no, it was like, 4 days later. And they were saying that because we had flew in on United. But we find out, this is the trick, y'all, to find out if you have a connecting flight leaving out the country, that's where your COVID test starts at. 3 days from that flight, before that flight and stuff. Not with that first flight, but it's that connecting flight that's going to be leaving out to go to international. So that's something to always, to remember. Put in your notes. It's with the connecting flight that's leaving out the country. You got to be having it 3 days before and not the other one. So anyway, he wanted us to go take another test, and then that was like, so that means we would have had to spend the night again. In which what he was talking about going like 27 miles away from the airport. So the supervisor, she said it was one that was closer, like 10 minutes away. But the guy who that was working for them, who'd be stacking up the luggage and putting it on the belt, he said, y'all just wait till the big boss come in and talk with him. So in the meantime, the supervisor who was going to send us to do the COVID, she said that we wasn't supposed to pay no $400 because, of the flight, and it's because it's already been paid for. All you had to do is just be rebooked and scheduled. So that was the blessing that Yahuah didn't let go through when we tried to do it that night when she wanted to charge us the $400. Yahuah didn't allow neither card to work, to go through, let that process go through. So that was definitely a blessing and stuff. Now, when they big boss came in and he looked at everything, the flight that the lady scheduled us for, it wasn't showing up. It wasn't showing up. Everything he put in, which it never showed up on the flight itinerary. So he was, doing his thing and stuff. It took a while. So once he got everything going, he said it's no more E-class that was coming up. So he said you're gonna have to schedule. You're gonna have to pay $1,000 to be moved up to another part of the plane. So that'd been $1,000, I guess, a piece. And so he went to do some other stuff. He was doing some other things, and while he was doing that, he was looking at the COVID test thing and this and that. And so with the grace of Yahuah and his mercies, we found favor again that he waived that COVID test for us and stuff, and told us we would just have to sign a waiver and stuff. So that was another blessing, another obstacle that we overcame and stuff. Now we were still dealing with, taking care of the issue of, the 1,000 apiece to get that other part. But then he said, I ain't gonna charge y'all 1,000, I'm gonna charge y'all 300. So that was even another blessing that came through. And then he went to still doing his stuff on there. He said, you know what? I ain't charge y'all nothing. Y'all just go ahead and get on the flight and stuff. So that was another hurdle that we got over. So now once we flew in, flew on Ethiopian Airlines, great airlines, I do recommend them. We flew into Ethiopia to connect to the other plane of Ethiopia to go into Ghana. So while we there at the gate, it's a good thing we went and had our ticket checked and stuff. So the ticket that we had, it didn't have, when she looked at it, it didn't have no seats. So she went to do her thing. She said, go get me your original ticket. So while I was going to get that, and when I finally found it, came back over there, and she said, don't worry about it. I got your seat and everything. You good to go. So that was another obstacle that we overcame, where we wouldn't have to be on standby of anything. So those are some of the things that we went through this journey, trying to make it over here and stuff. But every way we turned, Yahuah made a way. I tell you, and it was a blessing. But I thank Yahuah, for going through what we went through, because it gave us the opportunity to praise Him, to give a praise report, and to tell y'all whatever y'all may be going through, trying to make it over here, whatever struggles, it seems like something is always in the way and stuff. Don't give up. Continue to pray, continue to fast, continue to press on and stuff. Because as long as you pushing forward, He gonna give you the strength to overcome them hurdles, to overcome those humps. Always remember Shaul, which y'all call Paul, said he pushed towards the mark of the high calling. So anytime you got to push against something, that means something in your way. But as long as you pushing, hey, you can make it with the strength and the power that Yahuah give us through His Ruach HaKodesh. So I wish everyone well. Shalom, shalom, and a Habatah.